With the holiday season upon us, shoppers are looking for unique gifts for their loved ones. And what better way to give than with locally produced products? AgriMissouri is an organization that has connected producers to consumers and consumers to agriculture since 1985. We'll find out more next on Show Me Ag. Welcome to Show Me Ag. I'm your host, Kyle Vickers. Thanks for joining us. Consumers are trending towards buying local, buying fresh, buying over the internet, and supporting the economy where they live. You can do all that and more and come up with some unique products friends and family will love by utilizing the AgriMissouri program directed by the Missouri Department of Agriculture. We have as our guest tonight Charlie Hopper. He's a marketing specialist with the Missouri Department of Agriculture, where he helps small businesses market their products and grow their customer base. Charlie, thanks for being with us. Tell us a little bit about an overview of the AgriMissouri program.
AgriMissouri program was started to help Missouri grown and made products make their way to market. I came on about 4 years ago when we had about 250 members. I think today we have about 2,500.
Oh, wow.
So the growth has been huge, but predominantly we look at products from 4 areas: Missouri grown, Missouri made, agritourism, and also just farmers markets and even getting into farm to school stuff. But really we're there to help people get their product to market and help markets find Missouri made products. That's
one of the biggest challenges, isn't it, for producers, is to get that marketing, because we have good production experience but not good marketing experience.
We do. You know, it's hard to make that direct local connection in an indirect setting, because especially if they're not selling directly to farmers market, how do you get the people to know them in a grocery store, in another setting where that can happen? And we try to bridge that connection with that story through events, through Facebook, through all our marketing. It's just a way to help people kind of navigate a little bit closer connection.
You've had this explosive growth from 250 to 2,500. What has led to that? Is it more interest from producers or more interest from consumers?
It was very intentional, actually. You know, the program was pretty restricted in terms of it was really just focused on value added for a while. We opened that up to include more of the processing, more of the other stuff, more of the production level, just vegetables, meats, that direct consumer, because the demand was so high we found we didn't have enough product to meet it. So we really tried to help the growers get there and to create that extra income. Also, just farms need to diversify, so they're finding this is a great avenue.
As I mentioned earlier, these are all things that are trending across the country, aren't they?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Well, Alewel's Country Meats, which was originally in Concordia, Missouri, is now located in Warrensburg, Missouri, has been a member of AgriMissouri since the program's inception in 1985. With AgriMissouri's help, this family business has grown over the years and offers a wide variety of products and services while also supporting other small businesses.
Alewel's Country Meats has been in business since 1932. I'm the 3rd generation in this business here. My grandfather started it over in Concordia, Missouri, and we purchased the place here in Warrensburg in 1975. We've had multiple expansions here, and our operation is very diverse in the fact that we do multiple things between retail, wholesale, custom processing for others, game processing, as well as catering, and private label drop ship program for some of our wholesale accounts. AgriMissouri program is an outstanding program that started quite a while back on there. We got in at the very beginning of it, and the reason we did was to become part of the network of all the other great products that are being made in Missouri. We carry those retail products that other producers make in our retail store here, as well as we private label for some other companies that have got unique recipes or products and things like that that they want to market as well. So an example of that is a farmer brings in some livestock and wants to do some value-added products to it. We go ahead and make that for them. We'll put the AgriMissouri brand on there as well, since we are a federal inspected facility, and then they can go and sell that at the farmers markets, or else they can wholesale it to other accounts as well. So the AgriMissouri program as a whole, it was a great network of small to medium-sized operators that were trying to get their products in a larger distribution and more available to the consumers out there for Missouri, as well as build a trade name that can be recognized outside of Missouri. They all know that it's operations that have got a lot of integrity, that are trying to make sure they're doing a superior product for the consumers out there. And as a result of that, because of the networks that's created through the AgriMissouri program, we can buy and sell each other's products in our different retail stores, and so it's really expanded a lot of opportunity for all of us. Doesn't matter what products we're making underneath the AgriMissouri brand. They also provide a lot of promotional materials, some banners, stickers, and other venues. They allow you to put their logo on your logos or your labels, etc. And they put all the products that are registered with them on their website. They host venues at trade shows to promote our products. They have a large booth at the Missouri State Fair, again, where the AgriMissouri members can display their products and sell their products at a booth where they don't have to man it, where the AgriMissouri program mans the booth, etc., and takes care of the sales at the Missouri State Fair. The AgriMissouri program has just benefited us many, many times over for the small amount of investment that it was initially on there, and we always look to provide value-added products to the consumers out there, and through the AgriMissouri program, we've been given that opportunity to be introduced to other places, as well as come up with new ideas, especially if someone has a request. The AgriMissouri program will try and connect different opportunities with different purveyors and make that a successful connection so that they can further expand their operations.
Thanks to Randy and the folks at Alewel's for letting us visit their store. If you'd like to learn more about their products and services, you can find them online at alewels.com. Charlie, that's a great example, isn't it, of a product that's been really moved directly to consumers?
Yeah, a great example and a great family. You know, they have done so much for other members of AgriMissouri and agriculture as a whole, from their involvement to the fair to they help a lot of our other meat producers get their products out of the market. I mean, we can help them tell how they have to be inspected, but, you know, their generations of experience, you know, one of the best things that we can do is connect our young producers to someone like Randy or his father Roger and let them show them the ropes.
And they've gotten some national, international recognition.
Yeah, I know in the years past, I'm not sure what their load is this year, but they were even doing some stuff for Neiman Marcus and some other stuff. They've got a great product. I have their bacon in my freezer right now.
Well, are there other examples of great success like that in Missouri?
You know, there's those. Just this weekend, Beachy Farms, a goat cheese company out of St. Genevieve's, was named the top goat cheese in the world at the World Cheese Competition. You know, Burgers Country Hams. I mean, you look at another business that's, you know,
multi-million-dollar business.
Yeah, early AgriMissouri company, but has also helped other people show how to grow. On the produce level, we've got some great produce farmers that are really growing. The Kansas City Market is extremely involved in AgriMissouri and developing, you know, their vendors through it. They're hosting the national convention next year. I mean, there's just countless stories of Missouri companies that have really been able to do that.
A lot of good things happening.
There's a lot of great things happening.
So how does someone who's got an idea or maybe a product that they're working on locally, how do they get it to you? How do they get it to expand?
You know, you can always find us at agrimissouri.com. All of our contact information's there. If you just email or call the phone number, we actually provide one-on-one service. We answer the phone, we talk to people, we help them navigate the system. I mean, that's really what we're there for, is to be a coach.
You're pretty active in social media. You got the website, but you've also got a Facebook site.
We do. You know, AgriMissouri is on Facebook. We do have a Twitter account, but still, nothing beats the one-on-one relationship that we build with these people.
Part of what the consumer's looking for is that one-on-one relationship. I was reading an article this week where the person wanted to go and meet the farmer that they were buying from. This is possible with this program, isn't it?
It really is. You know, when you go to the website, and whether you look at Missouri Grown or Made, you can look up the product you want. When you see the list of vendors, you can search by county, find the people in your area, and then under their profile, they tell you where they sell, just to equate your story at our local farmers market at Lincoln University in Jeff City this weekend, it was turkey pickup. A lot of these local farmers grow big batches of turkeys for Thanksgiving. And to see the looks on their faces when, those people come in to pick up their turkey, it's like Christmas for them, but it's also really helping that farmer. And you get to see that interaction and that influx of money, but also just, it's a personal relationship. They're there to help one another.
Really builds the local economy when you can have that money local to local.
It does. When you look at economic impact and indicators, I think it's traditionally like 1.2%. So if you add 20% of what you spent, that goes into the local economy. But when you spend that local, that jumps to about 1.8. That quadruples the impact on the local economy, and that's huge. That can really create a lot of jobs.
I hate to ask this question, you may not know the answer. How many products are out there? Do you have any idea how many products are listed on that?
Well, in our database, the 2,500 includes agritourism and grown and made.
In the thousands.
I know we're in the thousands, and we don't have everybody. We just have the ones that have really come from us for help or that we've run into on the road, and we drive that vegetable wrapped car. That's how we find people a lot of times. It's just driving around the state and finding them.
I'm going to give you a couple examples to our viewers here. This is an AgriMissouri gift box. Tell us a little bit about how that works.
Yeah, we do lots of different things throughout the year. A lot of these go for promotions to other countries come to visit other states. We hand out these gift boxes that kind of highlight Missouri products, but we also sell them. In particular, we're going to be selling them at our Governor's Conference on Agriculture, the 18th through the 20th at Tantera. We're going to have a little store set up there, kind of a mock-up of what we do at the fair, but kind of holiday themed, so you can get the things that you really want. But we'll package these boxes, we put them together, we ship. We've had companies that want to just give Christmas presents to their employees. They've bought them before. Mm-hmm. It's a great way to do it, and we can get quite the mix in there. We've got candles in here, coffee in there, jams, jellies, barbecue sauce, even chocolate. Chocolate's not grown here, but we've got some great artisans that are making good products. Just lots of different things that we can put together there.
And this is a great logo that we find on a lot of products here with the connecting the city and country. It's a great locale.
People forget that 5% of our population lives in the city now, and they need to remember where their food comes from, and we try to help bridge that gap a little bit.
Well, sometimes it is a little confusing for the city people. They think it all comes from the grocery store. Let's look at a couple other products that we've got here. Can you talk about some of these things and the variety of products that you've got?
Sure. So we've got some summer sausages. We literally have hundreds of sausage products that come through there. This one is from Herman Wursthaus down in Herman. Kind of falls in there. You've got Swiss down there. You've got lots of other companies in that area. Alewel's has some great products that not only they do for themselves, but they also private label them for other companies or people's own recipes. LB's here has a spice rub blend. This is really nice because you can get more than one if you want to try the different ones. Now this is a moist one, so it's great for a marinator to put right on. This this Berry Nutty Farm, I saw you showed a shot of that in the Alewel's piece. We found this company literally in a parking lot in Independence 3 years ago, and they've now bought another company called Granola Jones and just taken the market by storm. But started out with Grandma's Recipes and Grandpa's Berries Office Farms, and have worked with the Innovation Center in Independence to develop their products, just going gangbusters. But it's just finding those little people with that passion and connecting them with others.
I think this is just really amazing to me, the variety of products that you've got offered here. I think this is even maybe a dog product?
We've got pet treats, we've got dog turkey jerky, we've got chocolate bars, salad dressings, Missouri native pecans. People don't realize that, we're one of the largest producers of the northern pecan, which is a smaller pecan. It's moister, it's softer, it's sweeter. Bakers are demanding this all over the world right now, and actually with some of the trends in China, this has become a very price competitive product as well. So the market's kind of caught up to ours, and it's just, it's amazing what that does for a town like Nevada.
Well, I was going to say, Nevada is my hometown, and I'm very familiar with that. That was a cooperative started by local people, and it's been extremely successful. They can't hardly keep up.
Yeah, we were just down there the other day with some wholesale buyers. That's one of the things that we do is a big distributor, for a regional distributor, went through. he's looking to order several pallets. I mean, that's a nice big impact for someone like that.
And they've also got a little bit of an itch, I believe, with an organic pecan. That
They do. They were one of the first people to go certified organic, which if you're growing a native crop like that, it's a really great opportunity, taking advantage of an opportunity, because most of them are organic anyway. They're growing in the woods, they're growing in the river bottoms, they're not anywhere where you would see any chemicals used. So they just figured out we can certify that, and the department, actually through a grant from the USDA, pays 75% of the certification. They've certified the growers, they network it, they warehouse, the warehouse is certified, and then they can take that product and sell it for an added value.
really brings a lot of extra revenue into the community to be able to add that value to it with minimal trouble, really.
It does, but we talk about that individual product, but when you look at Joe and Drew and the group, the gang down there, they also give back to that community. There's a lot of small companies coming out down there. Rich Hill is booming in produce right now. There's jams and jelly companies coming out, and they're taking on a mentorship role. They actually help the community grow beyond just their product and the money that goes there. And that's really what Randy was talking about with AgriMissouri and that network. That's
something that you keep bringing up, is this mentoring or the networking between some of these farmers that are selling. That's a great thing for Missouri.
I've been out on my own before in a business setting, and there's nothing that compares to it. And when you can bring a bunch of serial entrepreneurs together and they can share that experience of making payroll or struggling to make payroll or not paying themselves and figuring out how to get over that hump and make it to the next level, that's some of the most valuable experience that you can get. I can't give that, but the network can.
Well, and some of these meetings that you have, some of the training you have, that's got to be really strong for some of these people that are just getting started.
It is. A lot of the times when we do workshops, we want the producers to talk to them, but we also want to make sure they have time for one another, that they can break out and find those people that, when you're sitting in a room and someone's giving you a lecture, you're watching a PowerPoint presentation, just like a kid in class, you're afraid to ask that question sometime, but when you catch them to the side, you'll go ahead and get into that conversation, and those are the most valuable moments.
The real value is out in the hallway,
You
one-to-one, while people are visiting.
Yeah.
Any other products? Guys, we've got a table full of different things here. There's just a tremendous variety.
Soaps, lotions, you name it, fiber. We've got some great knitters out there that are making some great hats and gloves for winter, and it's cold enough to do it right now.
You've mentioned a couple of times agritourism being a part of this. This is something that's pretty new, especially to Missouri. It's been around in other places, but this is becoming a big deal.
I think it's more that wanting to get back to that connection to the farm. I think part of it is it's a way to diversify revenues for farms, but from the consumer, they're itching. It's not enough just to say, I bought it there. They want to get out and meet that farmer. They want to see the land. They want to see where the food comes from. And I think, in the recession, people were looking for closer places to travel, and sometimes taking an hour out of town really helped to drive that growth in pumpkin patches, wineries. We've got over 120 wineries, all these different things where they can just get out for a day, and those are great locations to find a lot of these products. Many of those stores on those places will be in the network and carry them.
You mentioned 120 wineries. There's tremendous growth in our grape and wine industry, and I think, if I remember right, just a few years ago we had about 30, and now everywhere you go in Missouri, you can find wineries. You stop, do a tasting. They have a lot of these products in their stores. The wine industry is just really growing, isn't it?
MissouriWines.org and Missouri Wines, or MissouriWines.org is the website, have just done a fantastic job. I lean to them. I go to them for advice all the time. They've been around quite a while, but they've really managed to network their growers together. The growers really take on a leadership role, and with that, our director, our governor, and our legislature have all given us the support to do this stuff. I think that's also important to remember, that
it's a team effort there too.
It is, and there's the old joke, I'm from the government, I'm here to help you. Well, people actually look at us that way, and it's really rewarding when you get that experience, when they come to you and they know you're going to help them, and that you have the support to help them. I can't be appreciative enough of that.
I'm going to make fun of my brother on TV. I hope he sees this, but he goes to California regularly and brings back wine. I say, why don't you get some Missouri wine? So when he comes to our house, we try to showcase some of that. The quality is outstanding of some of these Missouri wines, and they've won a lot of awards.
Yeah, I'm not a huge connoisseur of the wines, but some of the Chambersons, the Chardonnays, we've got some wines, the Traminettes, that are really doing real well. The Chardonnays and the Traminettes are whites. And of course the Norton. That's Missouri's bread and butter, and that's our baby. That's the one that really brought us to the map, and and help change the world if you know the history of wine. It's what was rootstock to really save the French wine industry. We've got a lot of history. I think a lot of people around the world cherish that, and we have some great wine.
I think I'm right about this. This is from some past history, but Missouri at one time was #1 in orchards. They've been #1 in wine, or #2, I think, in New York back before Prohibition. And all that's really coming back. Missouri is a great, diverse state to grow and produce a lot of products.
Yeah, if you look before Prohibition, there were 2 hot spots for wine in the country. One was Hermann, Missouri, in that area. The other one was a place called Landrum, South Carolina, and they're both what's called an isothermal belt. It's just the right elevation and latitude that makes for the right winters, keeps the fungus down in the summer, allows people to produce a good crop. It actually wasn't California, but the natural conditions in those 2 areas were ideal. The reason that we've come back in that North Carolina, South Carolina border hasn't is at Prohibition, when they slashed all the vines, they planted kudzu out there. We couldn't grow kudzu here, so we actually were able to reclaim our land, and they weren't.
I'm sure they might regret planting the kudzu now.
It's been a great coincidence for us.
So if let's say we've got an entrepreneur out there, he's been making a sausage for home use or for his neighbors, or pickles, etc. How would a person get started in the process? There's some food laws. Can you help them work through those?
There are. They can call us directly, email us. Either way, we're more than willing to work with them one-on-one. On the AgriMissouri website at agrimissouri.com, halfway down the homepage is a link to the Farmers Market Handbook. That handbook is really unique in that it's a long document. The first half is how to set up a farmer's market. The second half is a product-by-product guide to the regulations. It starts with how to do business, from the Secretary of State to taxes and all that. And then if you're doing jams and jellies, if you're doing breads, if you're doing meats, you can go there, look at the one thing you're interested in, and it'll link you through to all the different things that you need. So you don't have to go department to department. And that's the approach that we take when we handle them one-on-one as well. If they call us directly, we're going to do that same thing. The goal is not to have you have to find your own way. We're going to help you get where you want to go.
And that handbook is online. And
it is online at agrimissouri.com.
Other things, I know there's an authority with some tax credits if people want to organize some cooperative ventures with other folks.
The Missouri Agricultural Small Business Development Authority, or MASBDA as everybody calls it, they've got some value-added grants, value-added loans, all kinds of different products. They've got a loan guarantee that helps people keep their cattle longer if they want to finish them on their land. Really unique, customized products to help producers. You do, for all their programs, have to be an at-risk farmer, which means that you can't just be an investor that owns a farm. You have to be the farmer doing the work and paying for the investment and making it happen. So
no trouble finding risk if you want to be in production agriculture. That's just part of it, isn't it?
No, but they're great people to take a risk on.
It seems like to me that this is a really good example. You mentioned this earlier. An old saying about "we're from the government here to help you" is just a joke. But really, you guys have got a tremendous amount of assistance available through your market department as well as others.
It is. And we work with all the other agencies closely, and we grow those relationships every day. But, it is great to be in that role where you're there to help people, and you get to help people, and you have the support to help people. We have a joke at the farmers markets. We have our little vegetable wrap car. If you see it pull up, you don't have to hide your pickles. And that's intentional, because if we can't see what they're doing, if they can't trust us to help them, we can't help them if they are doing something that they need some help with. And that's a great relationship to have with people.
I know the Market Development Division also has an international marketing operation where you can help if we've got something that is apt for export.
We do. We team up with Food Export Midwest and several other people to where if they want to take their product abroad, we help them get them to trade shows. We have several trade missions that we coordinate with the Department of Economic Development and the Governor's Office. There's trainings there as well where you can get trained in the nuances of what you have to do to bring your product to market. And then we help people with what's called a certificate of free trade. When a company calls from abroad and wants to buy something, they need some verification that you actually exist. You wouldn't think about that, but it is really important. If you're buying a barge full of product, you want to make sure that you're giving your money to someone exist, and it's not just that random email asking for help. So we help on a lot of fronts.
We're about to run out of time here. You mentioned the Governor's Conference on Agriculture. I want to talk about the dates, but you not only got the AgriMissouri Market, you've got some great entertainment for that as well.
September 18th through 20th.
And you said September.
December 18th through 20th, so the weekend before Christmas. It starts out Thursday night with the AgriMissouri reception. We'll have close to 100 products that you can eat. We have a buffet, we have tastings, we have everything, and a band. We also recognize some of our members that night. That's how we kick it off. We've got education all day Friday. If you can only make it one day, if you can only make it on the weekend, Saturday, you can get a ticket for $65. On Saturday, we have the Peterson brothers, and the kids. If you've ever seen the Peterson brothers out there, they've got 5 new videos out there telling their stories and what they do with advocacy. They're great. And then we have a dinner, a banquet with the governor that night where you can hear him and several other folks. And then we cap it off with a concert from Sawyer Brown. I don't know where you can get that kind of entertainment and eat all day for $65.
What an awesome holiday. That's a Tan-Tara down at the Lake of the Ozarks, an awesome day at the lake there to enjoy and do some Christmas shopping as well.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm afraid that's all the time we have for tonight, but I'd like to say thanks again to Charlie Hopper and to the Department of Agriculture for this program, for being with us tonight. And thanks to Randy Alewel and his family for taking the time to visit with us as well. Before we go, we'd also like to thank you, our viewers, for tuning in to Show Me Ag. We hope you'll tune in next time for another look at a topic touching rural Missouri. For everyone here at KMOS and myself, good night. We're also very interested in what you have to say. So if you have feedback you'd like to share with us, you can email us at showmeag@kmos.org or find us on Facebook.